First meeting in 12 years my family's been to. For swearing in.
Being 4 o'clock, we'll call the meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Mayor Baspis.
Here.
Commissioner Baker.
Here.
Commissioner Collins.
Here.
Commissioner Gary.
Here.
Commissioner Miller.
Here.
Commissioner Talentino.
Here.
Commissioner Twardy.
Let's go to Commissioner Miller.
Thank you, Your Honor. I move that we, for Commissioner Twardy, that she's not here, that we,
Excuse her.
excuse me.
Support.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay, thank you. Let's see, please stand and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Okay, that's those with cell phones. If you'd please put them on vibrate, we would appreciate it, or turn them off. Also like to thank, again, Sioux Area High School for their remembrance of the Veterans Day today, and just another great celebration, so to speak, and assembly at Sioux High, and a lot of us were there and saw that again, and they continue just to do an outstanding job. So we certainly like to, again, thank the Sioux High administration and certainly the students for their attention during that time. Thank you. Let's see, we are on item B, approval of the City Commission meeting minutes of November the 4th, 2019. Let's go to Commissioner Baker.
Motion to approve the minutes from the last meeting.
Support.
It's been moved, supported. Are there any corrections or deletions? I hear none. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Okay. Motion carried. Thank you. Item C is the adjournment. Let's go to Commissioner Gary.
I make a motion, we adjourn this meeting. Support.
Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. We are adjourned. Thank you very much. That concludes the first meeting. Okay, let's go to the, I guess it's the oath of office. Deputy City Manager. Troyer, or City Manager? Okay. Go ahead. Okay.
So at this point, I will do the swearing in of the newly elected commission. So Mayor Gary, Commissioner Collins, Commissioner Miller. We can do it at the podium here. Or we can do them all together.
Separately? Or do you-
Separately, yeah.
Sure.
I'll have you raise your right hand. I do solemnly swear that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of this state, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of office of mayor in and for the city of Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan.
I do.
Okay. like to come around the dais?
Mr. Mayor?
Thank you.
Your Honor?
Thank you.
Congratulations. Hey, Don?
Plant it. Thank you. You left your microphone on.
Next, I'll do Commissioner Collins.
Yeah, we already.
Oh, do you want to?
I said go ahead, you said I was.
All right, it's in order of, yep. I do solemnly swear that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of this state, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of office of City Commissioner in and for the City of Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan.
I do.
Congratulations. Yep. And then I guess we go around the. Yeah. Shane? If you raise your right hand. I do solemnly swear that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of this state, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of office of City Commissioner in and for the City of Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan.
I do.
Congratulations. Shane, I'll have you sign that. Jody. I was like, where are you? I'll have you raise your right hand. I do solemnly swear that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of this state, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of office of City Commissioner in and for the City of Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Welcome.
Congratulations, Commissioner. I'm moving for you right now. Moving all my stuff out here, man.
So, having taken care of that business, we'll call the organizational meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Mayor Gary,
Here.
Commissioner Baker,
Here.
Commissioner Bospis Rath, Commissioner Collins,
Here.
Commissioner Miller,
Here.
Commissioner Talentino,
Here.
Commissioner Twardy.
Commissioner Miller?
Thank you, Your Honor, and congratulations. I move that
Thank
we
you.
excuse Commissioner Tuardi from the meeting.
Support. Been moved and supported. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And agenda item number 3, we'll go to the city manager.
All right, so on behalf of the administration, I'd like to congratulate on your election and the Sault Ste. Marie City Commission. We look forward to serving the new members of the commission Included in the agenda packet for your review is the organizational meeting procedures and the steps of the organizational process, which will be conducted for the meeting this evening. As you know, the commission will first be seated, and then the clerk has sworn in the newly elected members to the commission. Now we will do the filling of the seats is the next step in the process. So the seats of Commissioner Gary, Collins, and Miller were vacated, and then in order of seniority, the commission has the option to choose their seat. So first in seniority is Commissioner Twardy, who is not at tonight's meeting, but did submit a written request to the city manager for a seat preference.
So she would like to move into my former seat?
Yep, she would like to move into your former
Okay, and
seat.
having seniority, I think, will effectively make that move, which vacates her seat, and it looks like Commissioner Miller's already scooted over.
I moved in already. I just made a room for you.
So after Commissioner Twardy, it would be Commissioner Baker's choice to elect. a
Commissioner
seat.
Baker?
I'm comfy.
Sounds good. Then third in seniority would be Commissioner Collins.
Commissioner Collins?
Yeah, I'm fine where I am, thank you.
After Commissioner Collins, it would be Commissioner Talentino.
Commissioner Talentino?
I'm fine right here.
And then it would be Commissioner Miller.
I moved right here.
All right. And Commissioner Bospis Rath. It looks like your seat has
I'm
been
good.
chosen for you.
Perfect.
Thank you.
All right. So then the next is to do the, I don't know, Mayor Gary, if you would like to go over some of the organizational meeting procedures and roles of the commissions.
Thank you, Deputy City Manager. First thing I'd like to say is thank you to Mayor Tony Bospis. He's the longest-serving mayor in city history. He had 18 years with mayor, 10 years of commission service. And Tony, you've had a distinguished career of service, and the Sioux is definitely a better place for having you as mayor. I know we all have learned from your steady hand of leadership, and we thank you very much. I'd certainly like to congratulate the newly elected commissioners. This is a very exciting time. Some of you have previously filled appointments, and one of you is brand new to city leadership. This is a transformational time. We have a new mayor, a new city commission, a new manager, and he will have some new department heads this year. I'm very excited for our new chapter, and I'll be proud to serve with all of you as we work together on setting the collective goals of this commission. We individually have no authority. The strength is in the collaboration and in working together on our vision and our goals. Each of us is a leader in this community at all times, and we are living logos for the city of Sault Ste. Marie, and we must conduct ourselves with respect and dignity. As a public servant myself, I believe in the highest level of citizen service with no excuses. For every goal, every decision, and every action that we take, we, the governing body, the administration, and the staff must ask yourselves, is this for the benefit of the citizens of Sault Ste. Marie? I am, as I am sure you are, dedicated to being the most transparent, honest, ethical, and accountable city government we can be. I believe that positive attitudes and behavior are infectious, and that's the way our meetings will be. We will talk about goals, objectives, and solutions, and we will never dwell on the negative or argue in public forum. I expect that every commissioner will follow the rules of order and abide by the rules and the procedures. We have two employees, the city manager and the city attorney. Beyond that, we will never interfere with the hierarchy of management. The city charter outlines the relationship of the city commission to the administrative service, and that allows us to legally inquire of the other administrative officers. But my advice to you and my wish to you is to always go directly to our employee, the city manager. Nothing can erode a supervisor's credibility with a subordinate than an improper relationship from a governing body. As with most issues that come before us, any constituent complaints should be handled quickly through the manager or his delegate, and not wait for a commission meeting. Please review the new document in regard to the role for city commission liaisons to our boards and commissions. It's very important to remember that our presence is advisory in nature with no vote, and we should always let the board operate independently. We ask for citizens to be involved, to participate, and to be creative, so we need to be supportive of them by understanding our supportive role. Just like you, I believe in this city, and I'm very confident that we will work together as a body and not individually to ensure that we create a climate where business can grow, residents can be safe and prosper, and where city government serves all equally and professionally. I appreciate your support, and I know that we'll work very good and closely together going forward. So, onward to number 4.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. At this point, the commission will select a mayor pro tem from amongst yourselves. There's a little bit of confusion. The agenda item had 4. What we'll do is we'll take nominations, and then you will vote on the ballot. Deputy Manager Troyer will collect them, and then tally them up.
Okay, so Deputy City Manager Troyer will go through the roll call, and we will be able to nominate individual commissioners as Mayor Pro Tem. And after the nominations are done, then we will vote on the paper ballot until we come to one where we gain consensus.
Okay. Mayor Gary, your nomination for Mayor Pro Tem.
Commissioner Twardy.
Commissioner Baker, your nomination for Mayor Pro Tem.
Tim Talentino.
Commissioner Bospis Rath, your nomination for Mayor Pro Tem. Commissioner Collins, your nomination for Mayor Pro Tem.
Commissioner Talentino.
Commissioner Miller, your nomination for Mayor Pro Tem.
Commissioner Kathy Twardy.
Commissioner Talentino, your nomination for Mayor Pro Tem.
Commissioner Twardy.
So we have 2 nominations on the floor, Commissioner Twardy and Commissioner Talentino. I'll distribute the ballots now.
That's when it's on. And when you're done talking.
The first vote I have is for Commissioner Kathy Twardy. The second vote is for Commissioner Kathy Twardy. The third is for Commissioner Talentino. Commissioner Kathy Twardy. Commissioner Talentino. Commissioner Kathy Twardy. So we have 4 for Commissioner Kathy Twardy and 2 for Commissioner Talentino.
So we send our congratulations to Commissioner Twardy in Florida on being elected Mayor Pro Tem. Thank you, Commission. Item number 5, City Manager.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. For commission consideration is the adoption of the schedule for the commission meetings for the next 2 years. We would look for a motion and support to approve.
Is there a motion from Commissioner Baker has a question?
Yeah, as far as the meeting schedule goes, I'm okay with it. Is there any way that we can get the agenda out a little earlier than the Sunday before a meeting for the public? Or would that change our timeline as far as when we would need to get things in and that kind of route?
It would probably have an effect where it would change what you would need to get in, yeah. Not saying that it can't be done, but that process would need to be worked over just a little bit. By having the Wednesday deadline at 3 PM, that gives staff and I a little bit of time to review items before they hit the public on Friday. So if you wanted to back it up a little bit, we would probably just back up that whole schedule a little bit.
So the public, as of right now, we're releasing the agenda on Friday? 'Cause I
Friday
haven't-
at 5 o'clock, correct.
Okay.
So, kind of along the same lines as Commissioner Baker, the issue that I've had and also that I've heard from the community is that we have the meetings on a Monday and they don't get the agenda until a Friday, so literally you have over the weekend. The problem that it poses for us, in my opinion, is that literally it's a weekend, and if we have questions, obviously we can always pull things off of the agenda if we want more information. But from a timing standpoint and then the ability for the public to get involved, I believe that we should probably back it up a few days if we can, as far as when the actual submission is, and then have the ability to actually even give a chance for us to talk about it. Because a lot of times, if there's something on there that we need to talk about, we really only have the weekend to talk about it, and there's not really enough time to even do that sometimes if it's a controversial issue. I know we've talked about if there's certain issues, pulling it off the agenda and so forth. But when you look at the schedule that's presented, if we are gonna make a change, the best time to make the change is between December 16th and January 6th, because you actually have a break there. So if we were gonna move it back and not have any effect on the meeting schedule, we could do it sometime before January 6th. Because usually if you look at December 16th, right, the agenda would go out on the 13th. So literally, January 6th, the agenda would go out like on the 3rd to the public. It'd be to you guys by the Wednesday.
Right.
I mean, even if we can just push it back, I guess the question I have is when we were looking at the form of the other one that was actually set up by resolution in 2012, which is the other attachment, that's where it actually sets the agenda for the timing for doing the agenda and so forth. So we don't necessarily have to amend the meeting schedule, we just have to amend the other, the basically when stuff's submitted and how it's submitted and those type of things. I forget what the resolution is called.
So tonight, we're asking to set the meeting schedule itself. City manager can look and see if there are any other efficiencies that we can gain as far as reporting to the public or, but I think that we've done it that way in the past so that we were more responsive to the public, so that they could get from other meetings that were scheduled, planning and development, some of the other approvals that needed to be made, so that they could quickly get to a commission meeting. But we'll certainly take a look at that to see if there's anything that would be more responsive. But I don't think this schedule will change at all. So are there any other questions about this particular schedule? Commissioner Collins?
Sorry. If we're gonna set up, like something where we can do like a workshop schedule, and I know some of us have talked about actually having a meeting to where we can sit down with non-votable content, meaning that we would actually just have a meeting to sit down and brainstorm and discuss about where we're gonna go. And we've talked about doing it like on a monthly basis, a quarterly basis, or bi-monthly. Would that be a total different schedule? And would that be something that maybe the city manager could bring back with the other recommendations?
I would say it was a different schedule, yeah. And we can certainly take a look at it and come back with recommendations.
Thank you.
Okay, so Commissioner Talentino,
So move to approve the commissioner meeting dates for the next 2 years.
Support.
it's been moved and supported. Any questions or comments? Do we need a roll call or voice vote? Roll call, please.
Mayor Gary,
Yes.
Commissioner Baker,
Yes.
Commissioner Bosphus Rath,
Yes.
Commissioner Collins,
Yes.
Commissioner Miller,
Yes.
Commissioner Talentino,
Yes.
Commissioner Forty.
Motion passed, thank you. Item number 6.
So Thank you, Mr. Mayor. At this time, there's an opportunity for the commission to review the liaison positions with the various boards and commissions. At this time, you may be able to pick out which board you would like to sit on for the next couple of years. In the order of seniority. Thank you.
Okay, so my commissions, or my committees, obviously will be vacated. So Airport Board is open, PHP boards are open, Recycle Committee will be open, and Tribal Liaison Committee will be open. And I think with discussion, Commissioner Collins, you had expressed an interest in one of those.
The airport board and the tribal city liaison committee.
Did anybody else have any interest in any of those? Pardon? Can hear you.
Seniority.
If Commissioner Collins has expressed an interest, but
Okay.
certainly would go in seniority if anybody else has an interest in any of those. Going once, going twice. Okay, so Tribal Liaison Committee. Commissioner Collins? Yes, Commissioner Baker?
I have interest in that.
In that same committee?
Yep, the tribal.
What was the order of,
She has seniority, so
Seniority.
she would take it from me then. But then that means she has stuff to give up.
okay, Commissioner Baker has an interest in that committee? Anybody else? All right, so Commissioner Collins is interested in the airport. Commissioner Baker in the Tribal Liaison Committee. And newly elected Commissioner Bospis Rath, PEHP Board and Recycle Committee?
Recycle Committee.
Okay. And does anybody else have any committees that we'd like to give to Commissioner Bospis Rath? Or for consideration? Somebody needs to take PHP board, and it's excellent. And how often do we meet?
I'll take it.
As needed.
Okay. Commissioner Collins. Commissioner Miller?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. I'd be willing to give up being on the Dollaride Board at this time if Commissioner Bospis Rath would be interested in it.
I will.
I wonder if she'd have a conflict
Oh,
with her employment at
community action. Sorry.
Good idea, though. Commissioner Miller?
Oh, let's change that around then. I would be willing to be off the Historic Development Board, stay on the Dollaride Board. I was just giving Commissioner Bospis Rath an option, but if she'd like to be on the Historic Development Board, I'd be willing to give that up.
Okay.
Okay. All right, that rounds out the schedule.
Wait, which one was just, oh, sorry, which one just, what did you give up?
Historic.
Oh, got it,
Development.
okay.
Mayor Gary, may I run through these real
Yes,
quick, just to
please.
make sure that I
Please
have
do.
them? So the city real estate acquisition and disposition is the mayor and the mayor pro tem. The Seal Estate Board of Trustees and the Tribal City Liaison is Mayor Gary. The Downtown Development Authority and the I-500 Committee and the Tribal Liaison Committee is Commissioner Baker. The Airport Board, the PEHP Board is Commissioner Collins. Commissioner Miller has the Dial-A-Ride and the Economic Development Corporation. Commissioner Talentino has the Community Improvement Committee, the Planning Commission, and the Tree Commission. Commissioner Twardy has the Community Improvement Committee, the Community Services Board, and the Police Fire Pension. And Commissioner Bospis Rath has the Recycling Committee and the Historic Development Commission.
Actually, I'm also on the recycling committee as well.
Gotcha, okay. Super, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thanks, everybody, for participation.
I have a question, Your Honor.
Commissioner Miller?
Does that fill all the boards then?
Yeah.
Are there any boards unfilled, or does that fill everything
With
Yeah.
liaisons?
with liaison?
That fills everything with the liaisons.
Thank you.
Item F1, matters presented by the public. Does anybody have any comments at this time? Mr. Former Mayor?
Bring out the champagne.
Item G, matters presented by the city commission. Are there any items, city commissioner? Commissioner Talentino.
Thank you, Your Honor. I just want to congratulate the new person on the commission. Congratulations. And Mayor
Thank
Gary.
you.
We got a lot of big things going on in the city, you know. And it's going to be, the next few years is going to be very exciting. We need to keep pushing forward with the direction that we're currently going, you know. It's time to roll our sleeves up. We got some big decisions that we're going to have to make coming up. And, you know, this is a new board. Everything's new. So let's start it fresh. Let's roll our sleeves up and get this done. And once again, Mayor Bosmas, thank you for your guidance. We appreciate that. And that's all I got to say for now. Thank
Good
you.
comments, thank you. Anybody else? Commissioner Miller.
Thank you, Your Honor. I also want to thank the mayor for his leadership over these past few years. Thank you so much. Congratulations to you, and congratulations to our new commissioner. We're only a week out of the election, but I think all the candidates that were there did well. It was a great campaign. I didn't see any problems. I think everyone has something to be proud of. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? Commissioner Baker.
Yeah, congratulations on a great campaign, and congratulations to our new commissioner and those that have won. Shout out to the community for getting engaged and involved. Thank you to Mayor Bospas for your leadership and guidance. And huge shout out to Krista McCurchie and the crew from the Murder Mystery this weekend, because it was a ton of fun.
Thank you, Commissioner Baker. Commissioner Bospas Rath, would you like to make the adjournment tonight?
Oh, boy. I move to adjourn.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Thank you.